Well, hello everyone. It's Ferocia Knight here from Coach Training World, and I'm sitting here with Life Coach Rachel, and I'm really excited because she's also one of our fabulous coaches have volunteered to be part of our showcase of kind of what's underneath the scenes in coaching, and later on I'll put the link for her recording and her transcript. But before we jump into kind of those things, Rachel, would you kind of give people an idea of what brought you into coaching, and then of course, kind of how you've created your own signature style as a whole person coach and as a life coach specifically?
Yeah, thanks, Ferocia. Thank you for this opportunity. It's really, really great to be here for International Coaching Week and to get the chance to talk about coaching. So thank you. So I first experienced coaching through a retreat. It was a retreat in Sonoma, California. A friend of mine who is like a human sparkler had a sister who was a coach. And I'd followed her for a while on social media. And when I found out that she had a retreat, I thought, I got to jump on this. I got to do this. So I was in a place in my life where I was really looking to get a career that was more defined with, or more in alignment with my beliefs, and meet some people who are just like me. And so I went to that retreat, and in 4 days, I got so much out of that coaching experience. And I got to share that journey with a tribe of women as well, which was really, really fun. A fun and unique part about coaching was sharing it with other people. I made some very, very big plans, and I got way more than I hoped for, like I said. As an add-on experience to that, later I signed up for a group coaching class through that same coach, and signed on with the hope of getting into a new career and trying to figure out, what's the next step. And I really said yes to this class because, just like the retreat, I was like, yes, I want to do this. And just like with the class, I said, yes, I want to do this. And the goal for the class that I had was to figure out, as I said, a career change. And as I was going through this group coaching class and working one-on-one with this coach, it kind of hit me. I want to become a coach. I really want to help, I want to help people get what it is that they most want in life. And I want to be able to be a part of that healing, be a part of their journey, and use my talents and skills and experiences for that. So that's what brought me here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And today you work as a life coach, and I'm really curious, what do people come to you for?
What do people come to me for? The common thread that people come to me for specifically is many of my clients are very, very ambitious people, and I'm helping them navigate self-doubt over and over and again. It's self-doubt. So all kinds of people, many women, but also, men as well, writers, visual artists, graduate students, entrepreneurs, healers. And people are really looking for help with how to start or how to finish their big projects, how to ask for what they need, how to work through some big transitions. And really just the number one thing that they want help with is they're feeling stuck somehow in their lives, and they don't want to be there. They want some help getting unstuck. And I am able to give them some tools through coaching to bring their whole self to life and really help them step into the life that they really most want to be living.
Absolutely. And I'm kind of giggling. There's been a theme with all of our different interviews and case studies around people being stuck in just different ways. And, of course, around here, a lot of that is what am I trying to say? Reuniting with ourselves and those parts of ourselves that we put away. And it sounds like you're doing a lot of good work out there.
Thank you. That's a word that one of my clients just used recently, was reuniting or reigniting that sense of self. So I completely agree. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you provided us a fabulous sample of your coaching, and I'm wondering if is there anything that you would like to say about the coaching session or coaching in general, some of the things that you noticed that would be helpful, maybe for people that don't really understand what coaching is, or maybe how it might look on the other side while you're in the session.
Certainly. So I have two samples, and at this point, I'm not sure which one we're going to use, but I can give a preview of both. And so one person that I'm working with her name is Erin, and Erin is a human sparkler. She's an equine therapist and a therapeutic model. She's trying to explore plans for how to bring her previous work experiences together and her passion for horses in order to help heal people who've been through trauma. The other person I was working with is Jill, who's a very multi-passionate, wildly successful entrepreneur in a hand drumming school. These days, she's setting her focus out more on how to gain more clients for her tarot reading business so that she can help heal those in the world who are seeking her with her intuitive and creative gifts.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And in terms of the actual coaching itself, what are some of the things that you ended up exploring, like maybe some of the techniques or things like that?
The techniques to be explored. So with regards to Erin, we really explored, gaining clarity on values, first of all, and we got some clarity on, what is it that she values most, and how does she want to prioritize her time. So some of the techniques we focused on were, we used Web of Life to help get clarity on values, but we also just used her intuition in trying to really very state clearly, here's what I value, and all of these things are exciting to me, but right now, these are the most important tools.
So here's some prioritization by really getting to know herself at that level. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, prioritization. That's right. Yeah. And I would say the same was true with Jill. She and I also worked on prioritization, and Jill and I also worked on the idea of just scheduling time. She is someone who's transitioned recently from an office 8-to-5 job to working at home, and she wanted to figure out a way to organize her time very efficiently so that she can get her creative projects done and help manage herself a little bit more efficiently.
I'm kind of giggling back here because you're calling yourself a life coach, and it feels like you're using life coaching to help people that are already very successful to a point.
Yes.
And they want to become even better, kind of maybe break through their own self-limiting blocks. And it sounds like, you're really taking a holistic approach at tapping into different parts as opposed to just the business part of it.
Absolutely.
And like the marketing, or what I tend to think of as what people might go for.
Yes, I would completely agree with that. And I find that so many of my clients, as I said, are very, very ambitious, and they can do the big work, but it's the micro work that they usually come to me for, and that we are able to have a lot of success with together.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, but I often find some people that come to coaching, kind of the stuff that they know and they get, they've got that handled, but then there's those little tiny blind spots that really hold them back.
Yeah, it is often the very small things. I completely agree. Yes. And that's really nice for them too, because it sort of takes the pressure off of, I have to do this one big, great thing. And it's like, no, we can examine big things, but we can also just focus on smaller areas as well, when they can be very equally effective.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm wondering. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience? Anything about coaching, any tips for success, anything that you feel might be valuable for them to hear?
Coaching and tips for success. That's a great question. I would say specifically that if anyone's on the fence about using coaching, you're like, how could that help me? Or asking some really good questions about coaching would be to think about any previous experience you have had where people are holding space for you. For me, one of the biggest values in coaching is the idea of being heard. The power of being heard and being witnessed is really, really useful and very transformative in coaching. And I think that the idea of being heard is really important. And if I can compare two healing modalities of therapy versus coaching, I've been in therapy for 4+ years now, and I really like it, but we can sort of just go wherever. We can go forward, we can go backward, we can go all over the place. And at the end, I might have to take action or do something if I choose. With coaching, we are focusing on whatever the client's agenda is. So really hearing whatever the client wants, hearing whatever is holding that person back, and really hearing them and analyzing the parts of their whole self in order to help that client move forward. And more often than not, there is client-driven accountability, which means the client is giving themselves homework.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
When I love your clarification, where, in maybe therapy, a lot of the listening is around the healing. Mm-hmm. And with coaching, a lot of the listening is around figuring out what the gap is, where their strengths are, what's holding them back, and using that listening to reflect back so that they can figure those things out and take action.
Absolutely. Exactly as you said.
A little more, although I definitely believe that both are very important, but kind of really different ways of working with people and also helping them to kind of become self-empowered.
I completely agree with that. Right. So if we're talking, another benefit, I think, that piggybacks on what you're saying is this idea of, if people can see the whole big picture of, I believe that whatever I want is possible, but these small, tiny beliefs are there, but we're not sure. We don't know if that can happen. So the real big benefits of coaching are being heard and also just getting clear on all the beliefs, big and small, because the small ones are often the ones that are keeping people stuck and holding them back from what they most want to do in the world.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, yeah.
Although I don't know if I agree if they're small, because if they're holding your back, they're pretty big obstacles.
That's true. That's very, very true. Yeah. Initially they could be like, oh, well, I'm just not writing an email to that person. But that lack of writing an email could be lack of taking action that could lead to huge and great big things.
Yeah.
Right.
So one last question. What would be the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Certainly. I invite everybody to come and check out my website, learn more from me at Rachel Drummond. That's RachelDrummond.com, RachelDrummond.com. And you can contact me through my website. That's the best way to get a hold of me.
Sounds great.
Great.
Well, I really, really want to say thank you, because, like I've been telling everyone, it's a pretty bold step to be vulnerable and show your coaching.
Certainly.
And
Certainly.
And also thank you to your clients for being willing to let us use their transcripts so that other people can really get an insider's look of what happens behind the scenes in coaching. And I think, as you know, every session's so different. So maybe we'll use both if you want.
Absolutely. And both of my clients and I completely agree, I'm very grateful to both of them. They were both very willing when I expressed what the recordings would be used for. They were very happy to contribute. So I'm very grateful to them as well.
And I bet people listening, whoever, if they relate to them, they might get some tips too.
Yeah, I hope so. I really think so. And if they could meet each other, that would be great too.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah,
everything's
maybe we can
possible.
arrange that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks again. I really, truly appreciate your boldness. I mean, I feel really grateful that you showed up for me and helping other people to see this. So thanks again.
You're so welcome. Thank you, Rosha, for all of your mentorship and teaching. Thank you.
And I can't wait to see your light out there shining again.
Me too. It's summer, it's spring, but even if it's winter, no matter the season, we're ready to shine our light.
Yes. All right. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.